Boys and girls, Whovians of all ages, ladies and gentlemen, fans worldwide, universal wide, globally of every race, creed, country of origin, species, and or color, all Whovians unite and rejoice. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the old adage of going woke and going broke is being proven true once again. And go ahead, come at me in the comments. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's fine. Everything's going good. Look at the numbers. They're great. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are exactly what we're going to look at. Because like I've been saying, since we figured out what Russell T. Davies' agenda was behind him getting back involved in Doctor Who, that agenda, stated by Russell T. Davies himself, a queer agenda to push forward with more queer storytelling, exactly as he describes it, inside of Doctor Who. And of course, considering the fact that he's getting all of his funding from the Walt Disney Company now, they are all for it, because we are all very well aware of Disney's not-so-secret gay agenda that got exposed a few years back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, those numbers are in. And just as we predicted, just as what we knew would happen, just as what we saw would happen with Chris Chibnall and the absolute abomination, destruction, and damage that he did to Doctor Who, with not only his abysmal writing, the poor casting of Jodie Whittaker, and what he did in The Timeless Children, the ratings are continue falling. Fans, actual fans, Whovians, are rejecting Russell T. Davies' new queer agenda in Doctor Who. Because boys and girls, Whovians of all races, classes, creeds, colors, and planets of origin, the numbers are in. And woke Doctor Who, Neo Who, as we like to call it around here, Ncuti Gatwa, loses over 2 million viewers. Now that, by any standard of a measure, is a very large accomplishment. 2 million viewers gone since all of this nonsense started with Russell T. Davies. That fast. It hasn't even been 6 months. The 60th anniversary premiered, what, back in October? Barely 6 months? And you've already lost 2 million viewers. Hey, Russell T. Davies, how small and insignificant is that little corner of the internet that you claimed was just outrage on Twitter? Was it 2 million people's worth? I'd say that's a little bit more than a small little corner of the internet, RTD. And your agenda is getting rejected, even by Whovians that stuck it out through Chibnall and are lovingly known as Dr. Karen Jodie Whittaker. Even those people are now tuning out. Or who knows? Maybe they, much like myself, were foolish enough to believe that when you came back, RTD, you would save us from the abysmal, disastrous dumpster fire that was Chris Chibnall. But as happens so often in the modern era, when it comes to Hollywood in any shape or form, globally or here locally, we were disappointed. Once again, we were far beyond disappointed. We were aghast. We were offended. We were disgusted by what you did to 2 of our most beloved characters in New Who. In Neo Who, you destroyed everything wonderful about David Tennant's Doctor. You had him talked down to by an allegory for your agenda, saying that men were bad while actually being one. You turned the great Dr. Dono relationship on its head and made it to where she treated him like crap and tried to tear him down. Russell T. Davies is a shell of his former self And because of his agenda, admittedly, agenda-driven storytelling, the fans have checked out. And it's exactly what he deserves. So we're going to check out this article from cosmicbook.news. We're going to get into all of the juicy details and see exactly how far this has fallen since RTD came back. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content and you do like classic Doctor Who, come join us at 6 p.m. on Sundays exclusively over on Rumble, where we review good, when Who was good. New Who started off with Eccleston. We're working our way through Tennant, and it has been a really good time. So join me, Mr. Grant Gregory, and our beautiful and wonderful Sunker Maiden for all of that. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, share it with all your friends, subscribe and or follow if you have not already, and join us for our birthday celebration on May 16th, where this channel is officially monetized, The Common Nerds, and we'll be live streaming for the very first time on it. So come check it out. So now, boys and girls, into how bad these numbers have really gotten. Significantly down from the recent Christmas special and 60th anniversary episodes. Just the regular season beginning on out there to be absolutely destroyed and broken. The woke Doctor Who reboot, led by Ncuti Gatwa and Russell T Davies, has lost over 2 million viewers, according to the UK overnight rating systems, as the show continues its nosedive from Christmas special and the 3 60th anniversary specials that aired in 2023, as well as the downfall of Chris Chibnall and the Jodie Whittaker era. Doctor Who Series 14 debuted the first 2 episodes on Saturday, May 11th, with the first episode, Space Babies, bringing in 2.6 million viewers. And that is way down from years past, where you used to be getting 3, 4, 5, 6 million viewers. Yeah, that's a significant drop down from like its peak era back in the New Who days. Neo Who ain't doing so well. However, 200,000 of the fans didn't stick around for the second episode, The Devil's Cord, as only 2.4 million viewers tuned in for that. The numbers are significantly down from the 23 Christmas special, already the lowest Doctor Who rated Christmas special in history, boys and girls, of 4.73 million viewers. That's how bad the Christmas special was, that over 1.5 million people didn't even tune in for the first episode of this new season. The numbers also are down a lot from 2023 special, featuring the return of David Tennant, that drew in over 5 million viewers, with the 3 specials the lowest rated of Tennant's career. We're talking 8, 9, 10 million, sometimes more of the viewership numbers during the height of David Tennant's career. This, not even a drop in the bucket, not even close to those numbers. So all of you out there who want to say, oh, Doctor Who hasn't fallen off, it's fine, they're gaining all these new viewers because of the new queer direction, because of the new queer agenda. How's that working out for you again? What about BBC iPlayer? It's worth mentioning in the UK, Doctor Who premiered at midnight on the BBC iPlayer streaming service, which is not factored into the above numbers. So that could account for some of the drop. However, according to a report from July in 2023, BBC iPlayer makes up for only 15% of viewing in the UK and doesn't seem to be growing significantly. So regardless, the above numbers are still really low. So even if you increase these numbers, these base numbers, by 15%, that's still abysmal. That is a failure, no matter which way you want to spin it. That is bad. The numbers don't lie. Also, again, we see a drop of 200,000 viewers from the first to the second episode. So it's not like those 200,000 fans turned on BBC iPlayer to watch the second episode instead of simply watching the same channel they've been watching it on the telly. What about Disney Plus? The episode also aired on Disney Plus streaming service. So we'll have to wait and see if the Disney has a big announcement about the viewership success this week. But as of Monday, they haven't, which means they didn't. They didn't get the numbers. Trust me, as soon as Ahsoka premiered, they were all over trying to pronounce those numbers like they were heaven sent on earth, like Ahsoka had saved Star Wars. Trust me, if they had good numbers from Doctor Who, or even if they could spin it as good numbers, Disney would have been the first people blaring the trumpets Monday morning. I guarantee it. Disney didn't announce anything for the 23 Christmas special and the 3 specials, so those numbers are lower. It seems likely less people watch Doctor Who on Disney Plus as well. It's also known that the 23 episodes didn't make either the Nielsen ratings charts or the Samba TV charts. So again, these 24 numbers are even lower. It seems unlikely Doctor Who will make those charts. Disney is also an investor in Zomba TV who didn't report the 23 numbers like they used to for various shows, but not Doctor Who on Disney+. Boy, I wonder why. The drop in ratings follows Ncuti Gatwa telling fans not to watch the show. I feel like anyone that has a problem with someone who's not straight white men playing this character, you're not really a true fan of the show. You're not been watching because the show is about the regeneration and the Doctor's an alien. Would they only choose to be this sort of person? Don't watch. Turn off the TV. Go and touch grass. Please, for God's sakes. Yes, sir. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Orders heard loud and clear, Ncuti Gatwa. Orders heard loud and clear, because based on these numbers that continue to go down and down and down and down, everybody has heard you. Everybody agrees. And over 200,000 fans, 200,000 viewers checked out from your first episode in your official season to your second episode. That's not to mention the millions that checked out between the Christmas special and your first season, and the millions more that checked out between David Tennant returning and your Christmas special. No matter which way you cut it, I don't care how you want to spin it, this show is failing. The numbers are worse than they have ever been before. The lowest rated Christmas special in history. Worse than the Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall era. Ladies and gentlemen, trolls out there far and wide, Whovians alike, there is no denying that this show is dying, if not already completely dead. More and more people check out of it every single week, week after week. These numbers will continue to decline just like they did under the Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker era, and they will now do the exact same thing under the RTD and Ncuti Gatwa. It has nothing to do with the fact that you chose a female doctor or the fact that you chose a black gay doctor. It had to do with the fact that you came into this show, a show that fans have loved for generations, and intentionally wanted to circumvent the lore, damage, and destroy it. Chibnall flat out admitted that, saying that he came in intending to change the lore and intending to damage it. We went from our first doctor being who he was to now a little black girl that's an alien that got damaged and hurt by the Time Lords, to now Russell T. Davies coming out and flat out admitting in interview after interview, saying that yes, he is pushing a queer agenda and queer storytelling in Doctor Who. The show didn't fail because you cast a female doctor. The show didn't fail because you cast a gay black doctor. The show failed because you put agenda over good storytelling. You put agenda over the fans. You put agenda above absolutely everything else because it's your pride. And just like the oldest story in the book, it's pride before the fall. Chris Chibnall had his pride and Doctor Who began to fall. Russell T. Davies has his pride now that he is pushing in the show. And now his fall is coming too. The sad part is these men's failures will destroy one of our most beloved franchises of all time. But you know what? That's okay. Because they'll never take classic Who from us. They'll never take new Who from us. And this Neo Who abomination will never and should never taint your love for the originals, for the stuff that made you fall in love with a madman in a box. Don't ever let them take that from you, because they don't deserve it, because all they ever wanted was to push an agenda. They never had a love for this, not like we do, and they never will. The only thing they have for is a love for themselves, and pride always comes before the fall. And now we're just here to watch Russell T. Davies do the exact same thing that Chibnall did, fall flat on your face. So enjoy it, Disney. once again, you've created another disastrous dumpster fire. Enjoy it, because we're going to relish laughing at your ashes as you burn down to the ground. Everything Disney touches turns to dust. Rest in peace, Doctor Who, and burn Disney, burn, and fuck you, Russell T. Davies.